In this video, I want to walk you through the journey of .NET Core. .NET Core is probably the biggest change that .NET language has encountered. In 2002, Microsoft introduced web forms, which was a revolution at that time. But as the time progressed, there was need to organize things, and with other drawbacks in picture came a new architecture, which was ASP.NET MVC. Now, even though I love MVC, it had its flaws, like it was created on top of the components for web forms. Because of that, it was tied to IIS and Windows. But as the web evolved, Microsoft had to keep up with the change. With that, finally in June of 2016, Microsoft released ASP.NET Core, and it was the first version. Now ASP.NET Core is built on top of the new .NET Core framework. It is cross-platform version and hence it is not tied with Windows. Also, .NET Core was built with cloud in mind, so it is extremely robust with that. Then, in August of 2018, Microsoft released .NET Core 2.0, and Microsoft team has been very active with releasing the new version. As you can see, in September of 2019, .NET Core 3 was released. In the intermediate versions, there was .NET Core 2.1 and 2.2. There was quite a big change coming from 2.1 to 2.2 with respects to identity, but with all the versions, upgrading to the new version has not been that difficult. Then in December of 2019, .NET Core 3.1 was released, which had a long-term support. Finally, in November of 2020, .NET 5 will be released. This .NET Core 5 is right now in the preview version, and we'll be using that to create our project. So that is just a small journey for the .NET Core frameworks that have been encountered. That being said, why one should use .NET Core as compared to the classic .NET? There are quite a few advantages. First is the ASP.NET Core is fast and open source. Next benefit is it is cross-platform. The classic .NET was tied to Windows and IIS, but when ASP.NET Core was rewritten, it removed that dependency. With ASP.NET Core, we get the built-in support for dependency injection. Dependency injection saves a lot of time and it is extremely helpful. As we will proceed with the course, you will see the benefits that dependency injection brings to the picture. Then the updates to new versions for .NET Core are easy. Because of that, you can always keep up with the new versions. .NET Core is also cloud-friendly. When ASP.NET Core was rewritten, it was written in a way to make sure that they had the cloud architecture in mind. Another benefit, and one of the most important one of ASP.NET Core framework, is its higher performance. With the new enhancements as well as upgrades, the code actually gets much more optimized that results into improved performance. The ASP.NET Core compiler will eventually optimize the entire code whenever the code is recompiled using ASP.NET Core framework. ASP.NET Core's actual performance is multiple times more than any of the famous framework implementations. Because of that, it is clear that Microsoft has quite a long-term plan with this ASP.NET Core technology. So with that, let's continue learning in the next video.